go. Hey, welcome, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Jayson Estrera show, where we try to talk about sports and pretty much everything else that we could talk about as possible. As always, I am your host, Jayson Estrera, and today we got a lot of things on the docket. We got to talk about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake first and foremost. We got to talk about my New York Knicks with a massive win last night. And we look up at the upcoming games later on tonight. And the last thing, no one can seem to stop talking about this dude, but some more Anthony Edwards topics. But before we get to any of that, let's just talk about what happened for the weekend, man. We had a beautiful time this past weekend. I haven't been live. I haven't been able to go on. And the reason for that is because we were just out, man. We were out having family time. My Knicks were playing. There was a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover and talk about, especially with all the beef with Kendrick and Drake going on. But we had to go and see family. See this. All right. And before we get to this actually as well, before we get any further, bada bing, bada boom. But anyway, so over the weekend, I went to New York. I went back to New York, got to hang out with some family that were visiting the U.S. And we had a blast, man. We were able to go and just really hang out. Family, we was just vibing. Family, we was just vibing. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time. It was a blast. I love seeing everybody. Love you, Lola. Love you, my titas and tito. Love everybody. It was great. I had a blast. Ate a lot of food. Did a lot of walking. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. But back to what we came here for. To talk some shit about everything that's been going on in the world of basketball. But like I said earlier, before we even get to sports and basketball, we have to talk about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Now, a couple days ago, I've had to listen to the songs like on the go. It's been a little bit hard trying to consume this stuff, but Kendrick Lamar dropped, what is this? Not Like Us 4 days ago, a day after Meet the Grams, and then I believe 3 days ago, Drake dropped The Heart Part 6, and he dropped Family Matters 5 days ago from today. And I must say, as a lifelong Drake fan, I'm disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed. What are we doing? I've been waiting years for this dance to take place. And listen, I thought when they first had their, like I said, like what did I call it? I called it their opening statements. Right? They were setting shit up. And first and foremost, let me just get this out of the way. The pedophile allegations with Drake, if it's true, we got to get this man the fuck up out of here. I'm so sorry. We got to get him the fuck up out of here. If that's true, and that's coming. I love Drake's music, bro. But if that stuff is true, we got to get you the fuck on out of here. And I'm different from a lot of Drake fans in this sense. I've always thought his music was phenomenal, but I've also always laughed at him. I laugh at the shit that he says because I know he's not tough, but he says certain things and it makes me laugh. I laugh at the way that he tells the whole world about how he treats women because I think it's fucking toxic and hilarious. Bro, I mean, it's a good song, but Teenage Fever is out there. And yeah, I get it. With the whole, oh, that's how he felt when he was a teenager and Jennifer Lopez or whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about. It was still a little bit weird. And I think the song is good, but the title, the hook, I always thought it was a little weird. But I'm a person that tries to separate the person and the artist, and I've always liked him as an artist, even though he's done some shit that, yeah, this dude's probably kind of a piece of shit, but I think it'd be funny. And Kendrick just knocking his fucking head off. And by the way, which song was that? Where it was one of the first songs where they started going at this, where K-Dot did exactly what he said he was going to do. He said he liked that back-to-back shit that you did, Drake, when you and Meek was going at it. He said he liked that shit, and he was going to do it for you. He was going to run it back. Hey, man. Listen, like the fact that he did exactly what he told you he was going to do, bro. He told you he was going back to back your ass.
Kendrick's Not Like Us is
he told you what was about to happen.
Sing along in the streets and clubs.
He got motherfuckers in the club bumping this shit.
Kendrick's Not Like Us is making people dance and sing along in the street.
Like, dog. I can't. Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. People take their L's. Now we just talking about the music, right? And I've known for a long time that this was gonna happen. That they were gonna have this dance. Some people really thought it wasn't gonna happen. I was always a firm believer that it was going to happen at one point or another. And it started with, I don't know if anybody's ever heard this song. Let me cut this shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta. All right, let me cut this music real quick. On the song called Power by Rhapsody. What album was this on? It was on the album called Layla's Wisdom. It was like the second song on the album. I thought he was dissing Drake. And this part, I can't even play it for long, but let's see if I can.
The universe and destiny, church and a God is all that's ever been ahead of me. Let's talk about my power. The golden child was granted to.
The golden child. If anybody knows.
They gave the greatest advice. Yeah, look at me now. They look at me like the golden child.
He was talking to him. And
deliver this child from evil. Honor your nemesis. Me, I go outdoors.
I can't just listen to this. I can't even. Oh, here, right here. Bro, he literally says it.
To be on your cameras and store counters. He's bananas, competitor, we can dance.
He said, we could dance. He said we could dance, motherfucker. He told you guys what was gonna happen. And I've always known this, right? Because there's always been rumblings with Drake when it comes to, especially when he first came out. He's this clean-cut looking dude. He more light-skinned. He more appealing to a greater audience. He don't have this hood gangster background. There's always been rumblings of the fact that he's part Jewish, that he's half Jewish. Like, this isn't new, right? A lot of people have kind of gone at him in very subtle ways, and it's really been smaller rumblings that really challenged the fact that you never came from real struggle, kind of like the rest of these artists. There is a core fundamental difference between who Kendrick Lamar is as a person and who Drake is as a person. If you go and listen to any songs that they have together, they be on the same songs talking about two totally different things. Let me turn this shit back on. They're always like in fucking Problems. Drake talking about women. Kendrick talking about like, you know, how he transformed a fucking pep rally into like a goddamn riot or some shit. And Poetic Justice, it's the same thing. In every single scenario that they've been in the same song together, they always were on opposite sides of the spectrum. I think he just never liked them. I think that he thinks that he's gotten some privileges that other artists were never given or even allowed. And I think that, like I said, there's just a fundamental difference between who they are as individuals, as men, as people, and that they clash. And, you know, all this other stuff is just all kind of icing. But I've always known that, like I said, that this was gonna actually happen because they've always alluded to it. This whole verse on that Rhapsody song, Kendrick is talking about how, you know, he was homeless, and he talks about how there's a golden child who, let's talk about my power. The golden child was granted to be on your cameras and store counters. He's bananas, competitive, we can dance. Like, he been talking at him about this stuff, and I think it's really cool to really see it in real time. Like I said, I'm disappointed that Drake is not going. The motherfucker spent the whole song trying to downplay the pedophile allegations. Like, motherfucker, just make a song. Like, you're not losing that. You're not winning that. I mean, you're not winning that angle, bro. Like, you just gotta deny it and try to keep it fucking moving. Cause, like, what are we doing? But anyway, listen. You packed his ass up, bro. You packed his ass up, Kendrick. And this motherfucker Drake out here posting shit on his Instagram story. Fuck out of here, dog. Fuck out of here, bro. And don't nobody care about that shit right now. We want you to go at these guys, man. Shit. Well, moving on. Sorry, I'm a Drake fan, but moving on, and I might have to rethink that. I might even have to rethink that part. Shit. Moving on to better news. We did it, baby. Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. Game 2 was last night. And boy am I happy. Boy, am I fucking glad that we got that one. Holy shit. Let's see here. All right. Boom. So the final was 130-121. The Knicks won. They're up 2-0 in the series right now. And the Knicks had 29 from... Let's try to skip this ad real quick. Bam. All right. The Knicks got 29 from Jalen Brunson with 3 steals, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Shot 11 of 18 from the field, 61.1, 3 out of 6 from 3. It's a great shooting night out of him. And then Dante DiVincenzo had a great game, 28 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 of 12 from 3, 10 of 20 from the field. Again, and Josh Hart, another one, 19 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 15 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. And OG had himself a phenomenal game before he left. 28 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds in only 27 minutes and 54 seconds of playtime. He got a point a minute. And he was killing. He was really, really killing until he went down in the third quarter. But the story of this is really the injuries, which has really been the story for the Knicks the entire year. At the end, right, like right now, Brunson wasn't in the game because he had suffered a right foot strain or some kind of right foot injury. So he didn't play the second quarter at all, which was when Indiana was really able to get out and really make this, in my mind, more of a game than it really should have been. The second quarter was really huge for them with Brunson out, and Halliburton was super aggressive through the first half, and the first quarter especially, which is a real big difference from his 6 shot attempts that he had in game 1. And on the Pacers side, actually, let's give them some credit. Halliburton had 34 with 3 steals, 9 assists. He was 11 of 19 from the field, 7 of 11 from 3. Obi Toppin had 20 points for them, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. And then the next closest guy was Nembhard at 15 points. And 14 from Siakam just isn't enough. If you're gonna try to take the Knicks out, a hobbled Knicks team at that, it's just not enough from who's supposed to be your second option in Siakam. So Halliburton had himself a really good game. Like I said, especially when Brunson had gone out, he really started hitting some shots. But the difference was when we got into the third quarter. The Knicks were really able to switch it up. Let's try to move ahead here. I'll probably get an ad. When Brunson was back, they were able to attack, and everyone was able to really get going. This was when Dante, the second half is when he really was able to find his shot. It wasn't here. OG didn't go down yet. But like I said, the Knicks played phenomenal. We're dealing with a bunch of injuries right now. I think the word is on OG is that it's a left hamstring strain. I was hoping he just cramped up. Because you could rest that, and he should be good to go by the next day. But a hamstring sprain, that he can't afford to sit out, which means he's gonna have to play. And if that's the case, then it's not gonna be able to heal. It's just one of those injuries where you just have to sit and rest it. No medication is really gonna take that away. And they're just in a situation right now where they're hobbled going to Indiana, a team that wants to play fast. Right? I think that's where this is a problem right now, especially with OG. They want to play fast. And we've seen him, on Siakam quite a bit. That's not going to get any easier. And trying to run these boys off the 3-point line, having them run fast break, it's going to be difficult still. And Brunson even has the foot injury. Who knows what's gonna happen moving forward? He's doing everything for them, right? All right, here, right there. He hurt himself right here, man. Unfortunate. And it's unfortunate because OG has done a great job of attacking from the corner and the slot and being aggressive, not settling for those three-pointers like the modern day NBA has done for the most part. You know, he's done a great job of not settling and really attacking, putting pressure on these guys to open up shots for Brunson, to open up shots for Dante DiVincenzo and whatnot. So it's really unfortunate seeing him go down. He didn't return into the game. And the fourth quarter was really all about... We get to the fourth quarter here a little bit. The fourth quarter was really the Nova boys. So I saw a stat that in this Pacers series, which has been the 2 games, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart have been responsible for 83% of their fourth quarter points. In this game too, the Knicks dominated the Pacers. They won the second half of this game 67-48. Excuse me. And it was really off of the back of the Villanova boys. They have been incredible. They know how to play together. They know how to grind out these games and get gritty victories. They've just been really, really special. And wow, what a play by Hart. It's one of those things where Jalen Brunson is their best player and their MVP, right? But Josh Hart is a close second in that MVP for this team. This guy is fucking amazing. What he's able to do on the basketball court, he don't have a handle. Jump shot on and off. Don't really got a midi game. Every time I've seen him do a turnaround jump shot, he bricks it. But to find a way to score and to get rebounds at his height, play defense at 1 through 4, always in attack mode, it's phenomenal. Like, they say this all the time about Kyrie Irving and Allen Iverson, where they'll say, if these guys were 6'6" or 6'7", they'd be the best player ever, right? If Kyrie Irving wasn't 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and he was 6'6", 6'7", he'd be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant on steroids. You know, people say the same thing about Allen Iverson. And on the other side of that, there's some people that argue, well, if you make that person bigger, what makes them great, their quickness, their skill set, it changes with their height. If we took that same analogy with a player like Josh Hart, who's not a very skilled basketball player. He's a great basketball player, but he's not very skilled. He's not the fastest guy out there. He don't jump the highest. If we were to make someone like him 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", my God. My God. All his shit can transfer over. I can't believe he's doing this in a 6'4" body. So I just wanted to give some credit to him because Jalen Brunson is undeniably the best player on this team, the team's MVP. But Josh Hart enables him and everyone else to do what they do best. He might be one of the, if not the best gap filler in the NBA, where he can just do whatever you need him to do. You need him to attack the lane and get people involved and get assists. He could do that. You need him to get rebounds. Choose one. Defensive, offensive rebounds. You need him to hit a clutch shot. He's proven that he could do that too. Just a phenomenal player. But moving forward, though, they are going to be hobbled. Mitchell Robinson is out. OG, like I said, with the hamstring injury is going to be tough because it's going to require rest, which he can't have. He doesn't have that luxury. So how will the Knicks look? They're going to rely even more on Brunson, who now has a hurt foot. I think we're going to need to see McBride have a strong game the next game. And will probably require a little bit more scoring out of Hartenstein. And look for him to really dominate that matchup that he has. Because we need to be able to give Brunson some rest, especially with his hurt foot. He's been carrying this team throughout the playoffs and throughout the entire year. The next game is going to be a game where those other guys are going to have to step up. Dante's going to have to be big. Hart, I would feel bad asking him to do even more. But from the looks of it, he's going to have to. Like, motherfucker already played 48 minutes a game. And you're going to ask him to do more somehow. Yeah, I think the Pacers have been knocking on their door for a victory, so I think the Pacers have a real good chance of winning Game 3. Obviously, I'm pulling for the Knicks, but like I said, look for Halliburton to stay aggressive. Look for Siakam to stay aggressive, especially with OG being hobbled, if he even plays. If he has Hart on him, he's been able to really get off in the paint when Hart's guarding him because he's just too small. Look for Pacers to come out and be aggressive and really try to win that game in the first half of Game 3. And if the Knicks can keep it close through that Game 3, through the first half, and Brunson has energy to close the game out, I think the Knicks can take that victory. But if the Pacers get out early and get a big lead, they'll probably win Game 3. And like I said, I think they have a really good chance of winning it. I had the Knicks in 5 or 6. I think they win it in 5. And I think Game 3 will be the only game that the Pacers actually win. All right, and moving on to one of the most interesting series that we have right now, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Who saw this coming? Now, I said when I was previewing this matchup that Denver one is hurt. They're hurt. It is what it is. Jamal Murray's not all the way there with his calf injury. Reggie Jackson isn't all the way there, and KCP isn't all the way there. And what I said about Minnesota is, yeah, they don't have experience. Yeah, they're lacking playoff and championship experience, but they do have veterans on the team. Mike Conley is on the team. Cat has been in the league for a while now. Gobert is a veteran on the team. They have a good mix of guys. And one thing you can't teach is size. And they have that. They have size and athleticism at every single position. That's the advantage that Denver has on everyone. Yeah, Jamal Murray is not that big. Yeah, maybe KCP's not that big. But now you got to deal with Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. And a lot of teams who now play small because of, the run and gun 3-point shooting style that we have struggle against a team like Denver, who can slow the game down and in the half court have size. Minnesota don't got that problem. And they have possibly one of the top 5 best players in the league in Anthony Edwards. I know everybody's been talking about him, but the dude is incredible. And here, let's let's take a look at this, man, because this was the clip that was going viral, where they are double teaming. They're basically double teaming him at half court. And he is frustrated. Like right now, he wants to shoot that ball. Like Jamal Murray wants to shoot this shit. And the other thing that you'd notice is they don't have Jokic on the floor. Because typically what would happen in this is, right, he's bringing it up. They already have two guys waiting for him right here. They don't give a fuck about nobody else on the floor. With Jokic out, who would have been at the free throw line or the three-point line to get this ball, and he would have either done a DHO with him or passed it back and did a high pick and roll, he don't have that option right now. They have frustrated Jamal Murray so much. And look, they're not really reaching that much, even though it might look like it. But now he wants to play hero ball. He wants to attack these guys. And it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Guys are not leaving their feet. Like I said, the Phoenix series was closer than I think people will ever give Phoenix credit for. And that was due to the fact that Phoenix had Kevin Durant and Devin Booker who could just score. Right? Murray's great and Jokic is great. But they're let's see, what is this? Alright, I don't know what that is. Alright. But it's great because, like, you see, maybe I should pull up what was kind of happening with the Lakers series, because there's always bodies on Murray and Jokic. Not often do you see... It's not often that you see teams really leaving everyone open the way Minnesota has in this series. And the difference is they are fully committing to the traps and the double teams. They're not doing this half-ass, motherfuckers are reaching in. They're pretending like they're showing. Like, even something like this where they just fully leave Jokic, and yeah, Murray hits that, but that's still a tough shot. They're just always on these guys. And I think that, look, they're forcing Murray to play hero ball. And they frustrated them. They frustrated the hell out of them. And I think that Minnesota now has a recipe for success, and it starts on the defensive end for them. Fuck the offense. Their defense is now a game plan. And then when you decide to go on to the offensive side, you have Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, okay, cool. And when you go on the offensive side, you have Karl Anthony Towns, who might be one of the best examples of the modern day big man, of the evolution of the big man. This guy can do everything. He could post up. He could drive the ball. He could do euros, floaters, and of course, he might be one of the best big man 3-point shooters that we've ever had. Like, he's a great 3-point shooter. And so when you look at the makeup of this team, we haven't even gotten to Anthony Edwards yet, who's taken the lead as the lead dog now, as their number one player. And it's going to be tough to beat them because they play as a team. They play team basketball on both sides of the floor. But they have athleticism and size at every single position. Like, Denver plays as a team. They have great concepts. They know how to play together. But Jokic isn't athletic. Murray is only so athletic. The only guys that are really athletes on that team are Aaron Gordon, and I guess you could say Michael Porter Jr., but he's a shooter. Minnesota has size, like I said, at every single position. And on top of that, you know, we get to the Anthony Edwards conversation. A lot of people have been talking about his comparison to Jordan, whether he's the next Jordan or not. Some people are saying, oh, he's not him. Some people are saying he is him. Like I said, I see comparisons, and I think he's shown a lot of flashes that are very Jordan-like. But I do see some key differences as well. And this is one of them. Let's see.
Playoff run and this series in particular, I think he's like a plus 51 or something, and only
you talking about Jaden McDaniels.
Had 5 points, took 3 shots in all 2 games, and don't complain, keep guard, and keep picking up full court, and we wouldn't be the team that we are today. We wouldn't have been the team that we was in the regular season, and you know, hopefully we can keep him out there and he keeps playing like that, man, because he's definitely the X factor of the team.
That was something that Michael Jordan didn't learn until he was forced to learn. You know, we saw The Last Dance documentary when Phil Jackson told him, he's like, hey, I know you've been scoring 35, 37 points a game. He's like, I'm going to anticipate that you're going to score probably 26, 28 points per game. And Michael Jordan basically said, fuck out of here. I need to shoot every shot. He's like, Luke Longley and Bill Cartwright shouldn't be shooting these shots. And evidently he scaled back, but he scaled back to 32 points per game the year after he said that had happened. So he still didn't fully trust his teammates. It took time. And it took him scoring 37 a game and dominating the league to get to that point and have a coach really teach that and force that on him. Anthony Edwards already has that. And from what you know, former players and current players are saying about him, he also thinks he's the baddest motherfucker in the world, that he the best player on the planet. But he also understands that this is a team game. That's dangerous, because now you have someone that has the utmost confidence in themselves, but now that confidence bleeds into the teammates because he's so confident in them, right? They see him putting the work in. He talks about, you know, I was just watching a video earlier about the Steve Kerr thing, how he's working out for Steve Kerr, and he was basically saying, if you see Steph, KD, and Klay working out, this ain't good enough. And how that drove Anthony Edwards, because they kept saying, if we had the number 1 pick, we wouldn't choose you. And look at the impact that that's had on Anthony Edwards. Everyone talks about how this dude lives in the gym, and it shows. But I think he's already learned at such a young age that his talent will excel, and he's gonna get better at a rapid rate. but he's trying to bring his teammates along with him so that when he builds confidence in them and they build confidence in themselves. So when they get into these moments, yes, maybe they're inexperienced, but they've seen each other put the work in and their best player has faith in them. And I think that goes a long, long way. This is looking like a finals team. It's going to be really great to see two young teams going at it between them and the Oklahoma City Thunder. But that's where I think this is heading towards. But this Minnesota Timberwolves team looks really, really good, man. They look really, really good. Man, it's just like, I can't believe what they're doing to these guys. I really can't believe it. I'm trying to see. Like, look, man. Look what they got this guy Jokic doing, bro. This guy got to bring the ball all the way up, go all the way, hit a Euro step just to get one bucket. Let's see if I can find I swear, like, I swear, man. Which one is this shit? Every time against the Lakers, for example, they let him dribble the ball 6 times with no help, nobody running towards him, nothing. Like, it was. And Minnesota has just shown a different side, man. They have just shown a different side. But we move on to one of the games that'll be on later tonight, which is the Mavericks Thunder, Thunder game. And shit. Shit. I think this is an example of, and I was saying this the other day, this is an example of a team that plays as a team. And a team that has 2 great stars that they play great together, but the other guys haven't molded that whole thing the way that it should be. And maybe it's because it's personnel, maybe roles aren't properly, defined. But OKC just plays like a team. And obviously the last game, Luka did not shoot the ball very well. At all, he did not shoot the ball very well. I think he was like 8 for something. Let me see. Like 6 of 19 just ain't gonna cut it. 31.6 from the field and 12.5 from 3 is just not good enough, Luka. 19 points. It's just not gonna get the job done. He's not getting up the 40, 50 points that he's usually responsible for between his points and assists, right? And I thought that the other story of this game really came down to the rebounds. The last game, the Mavericks got out-rebounded 52-39. 52-39. They lost the assist 29-19. And I think that's just team effort. That's just teams playing together. Right? And they have a leader in SGA who, oh, by the way, didn't win the MVP award. Right? Jokic won it. That's a whole nother subject. But I'm gonna look for Luka to be more aggressive. I don't expect him to have the same shooting as he did the other night. To be honest, there were some shots that he was just missing. There was probably like 3 floaters that he would usually hit. just right there, that's 6 points, and he would have been at 25, and his stats look a little bit different from 19 points. You know what I'm saying? Instead of 6 of 19, that's 9 of 19. Just a couple shots that go in that he normally hits. You know what I'm saying? And Kyrie again has been good in spots. He's been so efficient. They were really looking for Luka to do Luka shit, and you know, that Luka magic that he likes to do, you know. But he just wasn't able to really get going. And you know, looking forward to him looking to have a big game. Like, I think he's gonna look to have a big game this next game. And Chet has also been phenomenal for them. He's been great as a rim protector and a rim runner. Right, a lot of people make noise about his 3-point shooting, but in the paint, when he lives in there, he's gonna get bigger over time, a little bit bigger. He's a problem. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. But yeah, so like I said, I think, what was the final in this game, man? They lost 117-95. I think that OKC will win this game as well too. Because what I'm expecting is I'm expecting for Luka to have a good game. But are you really going to get another 16 from Daniel Gafford? PJ Washington has been a really big X factor, but he's been up and down. Tim Hardaway got 17 minutes last night. 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. That's really big. If he can get going, I think that Dallas can win this game. But I think it's going to go back to Dallas with OKC up 2-0. And look for Shea to have a big game. I think he crosses the 30-point mark in that game. And like I said, I look for Luka to have a big game as well too. I think they're both going to go at it. It'll probably go down the stretch. Yeah, and I'm going to look for OKC to get that victory, man. Hey, imagine it's a game winner, Shea game winner, Shea or Brown, not Brown, sorry. What's the Williams kid? Is it Jaden Williams? Jalen Williams? Yeah. I'm gonna look for Jalen Williams to get more than 18. But we will see. We will see. Oh, by the way, I could not believe. Let me try to find this shit real quick. Let's see. Because this shit was bothering me, bro. I'm going to have it on my phone. Let me see. Okay, here, I got it. Jokic got 79 first place votes. Shea got 15 and Luka got 4. I be wondering if these guys be watching the same shit, bro. I swear to God. Like, I really, really wonder if these guys watch the same shit. And this is why I do want to stream watching these games, because I don't think these guys be watching these games, bro. He can win. That's like, I'll never say that these guys shouldn't even be in this conversation, because I think year to year there's always damn near 5 guys, especially this year. This year there was legitimately, in my mind, 5 guys that you could have that had a legitimate argument for themselves, right? But the fact that he got 79 first place votes and Shai got 15 for what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has done, and obviously playoffs don't count, but for how dominant they have been, just goes to show you that these guys do not know what they're talking about. Like, how is that possible? 15? Like, come on, bro. Come on. We gotta do better than this, bro. We gotta do better than that. And then let's see this. Bro, I can't even find this shit. Like, I can't. Bro, this motherfucker Colin Cowherd was talking about the JJ Redick and LeBron podcast, and I get it. You think that this is a setup for JJ to get a head coaching job. I understand that that's your opinion. But you said he'd be an executive and then he'd be a coach. There's some idiots out there that think JJ Redick is about to be the coach for the LA Lakers. I do not think that's going to happen. I do not think that's going to happen. But for you to... About a hat, bro? You talking about his hat? Like, we not even talking basketball no more, man. We not even talking basketball no more with half of these guys on ESPN, and we got to get them all the fuck up out of here. Because there's got to be a new guard. There's got to be a wave of something new. We can't keep having these folks doing this shit, bro, where we not even talking about this no more. We not even talking about the game no more. You talking about his hat? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Like I said, got to do better than that. And then last, but least, and definitely least. Hey, it's ironic that in the first round, Cleveland got no shine during that Orlando Magic series. Only for them to go against the Boston Celtics and for the same shit to happen. Hey, man, listen. What are we doing, bro? Boston is not losing this series. They're winning tonight. And this series is basically over tonight. I think they probably blow them out. How much did Mitchell have that last game? Because holy, he had a big game last game, right? Yeah, he had 33. He had a good game. He had a real good game. Garland didn't, but you know, Tatum is yet to have a really good shooting game. So, like, yeah, pick your poison. Boston, I think they win tonight's game pretty easily. I don't think Mitchell is gonna have another big game. I do think Darius Garland is gonna have some good production. Look for him to have probably like 24 to 25 tonight. I'm begging to see a good shooting night out of Tatum, but he's still been really solid. And Derek White and Jaylen Brown continue to do their thing. So Boston wins tonight. OKC wins tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching. Peace.